Yes. So I hope we are good to start with the session. So I hope everybody have went through the course content. I mean the workshop content, like what all we will be covering. And yes, I'm super excited to see more number of people on this weekend making time to join in my session. And welcome you all guys for joining in my session. And thank you for joining. Yes, anybody like it's too many people have joined in and it takes much time to introduce everybody, but still no problem, we can just go ahead with the session. I'm just sharing my screen. So yes, and before beginning with the session, I want the session to be more interactive since everybody are present today and you have made your time to get prepared with your interviews. So yes, I want this session to be more interactive, and anybody, people from the background who have already worked on the automation testing and who is already working with the automation testing and who has hands-on with the TestNG framework and the Cucumber framework. Yes, people, I want everybody to unmute yourself and please be in more interactive so that we can just have a quick sessions. Yes.
Hi, this is Shyam. I have worked with Selenium with Cucumber.
Okay.
Uh, though I haven't designed the framework, but I have worked creating the scripts with the Cucumber, with the page object model.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. So, so you have a good knowledge on the core Java concepts?
Decent enough.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So anybody else, guys? So guys, more number of people are there. Please be more interactive. Okay, and as people who are new to the session, so just a minute, guys. I'm just getting a call from the team. So yes, anybody else, guys, who have already experienced with the Selenium WebDriver and worked with the testing concept, and who have already done with your course and who are willing to join in for the new course, or who are willing to learn in. So just to get a quick idea on what kind of crowd is there in the meet. Okay, so anybody just wants to have an introduction about yourself, like what I just asked about you. So I'll just get some idea. Hello everyone, can you please interact, guys? You have no idea. Yes. You're not audible, Paramjeet.
Yeah. So even I have worked on the framework creation of Selenium, as well as like all Java fundamentals which are required for framework creations. Like I'm well versed with framework creation.
Okay, awesome. Okay, fine, cool, thank you. Let us go with the session. Okay, so yes, the this workshop motto is all about for the people who have already done with the Selenium course or whatever, and who are trying to face an interview, who is already experienced as well as the fresher. Okay, so this is the agenda. The course agenda is all about the Selenium WebDriver with the TestNG framework, and where you must be knowing about the Java concept as well. Okay, so this is the agenda of the course. Okay, so as you guys know, the session is for the 2 hours, and the part one is all about today we will be covering, and this will be the part two that we will be covering tomorrow on the same time. Okay, so yes, so Selenium Java fundamental, the part one goes like Selenium Java fundamental review of the core concepts, WebDriver, web element, test ng. Okay, and common interview questions and answers, and advanced Selenium Java topics, that is handling complex web elements and interactions, best practices for the test automation frameworks. Okay, and the same followed by the interview questions. And tomorrow I'll be covering with the resume building and interview tips, and how to crack the interview easily, and what will be the most commonly asked interview questions, okay, when you are appearing for the interview. Okay, so and yes, apart from that, I'll be providing you with some of the sample interview questions where you can just practice on, apart from the concepts that you already know. Okay, that will be somewhere with respect to the scenario based. Okay, so yes, as you guys know, just assume that I'm your interviewer, and also I'm the employee who's trying to I'm also the employee who's trying to attend an interview. Okay, so the interview is first, as you guys know, like it will be the first question, it will be somewhere like if it is a formal interview, or it again depends on the interviewer. So where you will be have to answer like, tell me about yourself. So just assume that you have some experience. Okay, so experience or non-experience. Okay, so if you have some experience on your Selenium, I mean automation testing. Okay, so basically you will be just starting up with your name, and followed by the place. And since it is a technical round of interview, the first round will be technical round. So you have to be more with the technical keywords. You guys have to use more technical keywords. Okay. Uh, Yes, you guys have to use the more technical keywords in your interview. Okay, so the technical keywords will be just like the name of yourself, and the place, and the project, like where you are currently working, and the project you are working on. Okay, so when you are telling about the project, so just assume that I have worked on the e-commerce website. Okay, so I worked on the e-commerce website or an application. Okay, so that will be the web application. So you have automated the web application. So the as you as a automation engineer. So what you have done in your project, so that will be goes like, so you have done some the testing the functionality of an application with the you have to highlight the frameworks that you have been used. Okay, if you have used the Selenium WebDriver with the Cucumber framework and the TestNG framework, so you have to highlight the frameworks that you have used and the programming language that you have used. Okay, so this concept, I mean, this workshop is all about the Java programming, I mean the Selenium with the Java. Okay, so and yes, you must be having a good knowledge on the WebDriver concept. Okay, so now the most commonly asked questions will be like, what are the various locators in the Selenium? Okay, so this one we can just assume that this is the one of the most commonly asked interview questions. So can anybody answer what are the locators in the Selenium? Yes, Navreet.
The most common
ID, XPath, name, CSS.
Oh,
Total seven selectors, right?
correct.
So the most common Selenium locators are XPath, CSS selector, ID, name, tag name, link text, partial link text.
Correct, yes. So there are 8 locators in the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so this will be one of the most commonly asked interview questions. Okay, so coming with the XPath. Okay, so this one you can just assume that it is one of the most asked questions. Either you are experienced or you are not experienced, whatever it may be. You are applying as a fresher, okay, or an experience. So this will be the most commonly asked question. So what is XPath? So can anybody answer what is XPath and what are the types of XPath? Okay, so can anybody answer? And one of the things, so I can just I'm giving you one of the scenario. Okay, so along with this question I'm just giving you one scenario. Okay, so I've shared one URL in the chat, so you guys can open that URL. That is with respect to the Wikipedia website. Okay, so in the when you open that URL, so you can see the India present there. Correct, right? India is present. So now I want to print the I want to get the text of this India only. I want to print the India alone. So how will you just do this? Yes, before that, can anybody explain what is XPath and the types of XPath? Yes, Navreet, you can go ahead.
Actually, I forgot to lower down my hand from the last question. But
Okay.
with XPath, I think there are main two common partition: relative XPath or absolute XPath.
Okay. Yes. Yes, go ahead. What is XPath basically? So, as an automation test engineer, you must be knowing what is XPath, and so you guys know that XPath plays a very major important role in the automation testing. Okay, so you must be knowing what is XPath. So, can anybody answer this question? See more number of people today. Can you guys answer this question? What is XPath? Hello, everyone. Yes,
To find a particular element in a DOM. So we
correct.
need to write a address for that particular element.
Perfect. So XPath is nothing but it's a query language, like where it is used to selecting the nodes from the XML document. Okay. So yes, this is one of the most important question it is being asked in the interview. So what is XPath? So yes, as Nitya said, XPath is nothing but it is used to find the web element on the web page. Correct, right? Web element on the web page. Okay. So yes, and it is one of the locators. As you guys know, there are 8 locators in the Selenium, so it is one of the locators in the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so there are 2 types of XPath. Okay, so as I said, yes, as Nitya said, there is absolute XPath and the relative XPath. Okay, so once you say there are 2 types of XPath, that is absolute XPath and the relative XPath. So the question goes like, can you say me the difference between the absolute XPath and the relative XPath? So can anybody answer this one?
Can I answer?
Please. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Absolute express starts with 1/ and it starts from very top element, like parent element, and it should go one by one until the desired element. But the relative express starts with double
Good.
slash, and it can start. It doesn't start from the top element. You can start wherever you want, and yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So yes, absolute XPath is nothing but it's the way of locating, like where we'll be locating the web element in the XML document. Okay, so absolute XPath, as you guys know or you don't know, okay, so it starts from the parent node. So that is nothing but the parent node or from the root node in the web page. So can anybody say what is the root node? What is the root node or the parent node? So anything that is given in the tag name, so that will be the parent name in the that will be the parent node in the XML document. Correct, right? So it starts from the root node. So that is the absolute XPath. So how the absolute XPath will be? So it starts from the HTML and the body and with the div followed by all the until the input that we are finding for the particular web element. Okay, so yes, the main like which is better, like the yes before that the relative XPath is nothing but, so it starts from anywhere in the HTML document. Okay, so yes, relative XPath. Okay, it starts from anywhere in the XML document. Okay, so the main thing is like which is better, absolute XPath or the relative XPath? Yes, people, which is better, absolute XPath or the relative XPath?
Relative.
Relative.
Okay, why relative XPath?
Absolute XPath, it has to start from the HTML to the particular element location. But relative XPath, it will go directly to the element. I mean the node of the element.
Correct, exactly. So perfect. So as she said, the relative XPath, it can be starts from the anywhere in the HTML structure. Correct, right? It doesn't mean that we have to go from the parent node to the child node. So it can start from anywhere in the XML document. Okay. So yes, and the one of the main if an interviewer asks you how will you write the relative XPath? Okay, so yes, okay, so how will you write the relative XPath? Any idea, guys? It starts from the double slash. Correct, right? It starts from the double slash followed by the tag name at attribute is equals to attribute value. Attribute value. Okay, so this will be the syntax of the uh, XPath. Okay, that is the relative XPath. So guys, I'm giving you one scenario like which I just shared in the chat. So I want anybody of you to share your screen. Okay, Yes, anybody of you can just, I think Dwarakan must be knowing, as attended my session before. You can share your screen, Dwarakant, and you can open the link which I've shared it. Okay, so the scenario here is you have a text as India. Okay, so you have to print the India. I have to get the text. How will I do that? Can you do that, Dwarakant?
You start with a double slash,
Correct.
then the tag name,
Correct.
followed by open bracket
Yeah.
at attribute name equals attribute value.
Correct. That is the syntax. But the scenario which I gave you is, I have given you one URL in the chat. Okay. Can you open that URL and share your screen if it is possible, if you have joined in your desktop?
I'm watching through the mobile phone, so I don't have access to the chat.
Okay. So yes, no problem. Anybody else, guys? Can you guys share your screen? Anybody of you can share your screen? Nitya, can you do that?
Actually, I joined through mobile. Sorry.
Okay.
I can do it. I will do
You
it.
can do it. Okay, awesome. You can share your screen. So there, we let us write one XPath, simple XPath, because this will be the most uh, expected question. Okay, you have to write an XPath there. So how will we write there? Yes, you can share your screen. Yes, awesome. Perfect.
Can you see it?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay.
So now I want to print the India. So what is that I have to do? I have to print the title of this page. How will we print the title of the page? Yes, I don't want too many things to be done. Uh, I just want only your syntax, how we can do that. So as you guys know, to open the website, we are using the driver.get URL. So the first thing you will be doing is driver.get URL, and then you have to get the page title. So in order to get the page title, what is that we have to do? If you click on the view page source, yes, you can right click on the page anywhere, and you can click on the view page source. Yes, perfect. So then you can search for the title tag name. Control F and search for the title tag. Control F directly. So there you get the page title. Correct, right? Title. Search as title. Okay, so there you can see very clearly the page title. So the tags are in between the title. So that is the page title. That is India and Wikipedia. Correct, right? India hyphen Wikipedia is the title of the page. Correct, right? So if you mouse over on the browser tab, Navrita, can you mouse over on the browser tab towards your left? So you have to print the India title. Sorry, yes, India Wikipedia in the output. Okay, so yes, thanks for sharing. Okay, so the syntax or the method goes like yes. Let me share my screen in my notepad. So what is that I have to print? That is title, India title. Correct, right? So I have to print the India title. So what will be the method that I'm using there? Any idea, guys? What is the method that I have to use to print the title of the page?
Get
Get
title.
title.
Title. Perfect. So how the syntax goes like, so the first thing that you have to do, driver dot get URL, and you have to pass the URL here. Correct, right? So then what is the class that I have to use? So that is nothing but string class. Correct, right? I have to use the string and the object. So object will be page title. Okay, so what is the method you told? That is get title. So how will I use driver dot get title? Correct, right? So I have to print the page title now. So that will be system dot out dot println, and I have to pass the object. So where the object will be stored, I mean where the title of the page will be stored.
Page title.
Page title. Awesome. So yes, I'm passing the page title. So this is how the scenario based interview will be like. Okay. So if you attend the regular session, you'll be having a more idea of the practical knowledge on how to do all these things in a practically. But yes, if you have a prior knowledge, so yes, this will be the piece of code where you have to write it. So everybody clear till now? How to get the page title? Hello, everybody. So do you think that you have to find an expert to print the page title? Or no? Do you need an expert to print the page title?
Not required. We already have the method, right?
Correct. We already have a method. Awesome. Yes, cool. Thank you.
Excuse me, but I'm just seeing your notepad. I don't see any IDE open. Are you sharing anything else?
No, I've just shared the notepad only. Since it is a interview workshop, so this is somewhere like I'm giving you the scenario-based questions and giving the solutions on the same, the most frequently asked interview questions. Okay. So the practical session, I think you guys will be having an idea that to cover the practical session in a 1 hour, it is highly impossible. Correct, right? So this is somewhere workshop for the people who already know the Selenium WebDriver and who is willing to attend an interview on the Selenium with the Java. So this will be the most frequently asked questions. Okay, so I think yes, we have covered with different, what is XPath, what is absolute XPath, what is relative XPath, and which XPath is the more advantage, and why do we go for the relative XPath, and how to get the page title. Okay, so I think you guys got that. If you right click on the page, anywhere in the page, if you click on the view page source, so then you get the search for the title, and then you will be getting the India Wikipedia will be the page title for that particular, for the any website. It's not the only Wikipedia, for the any website. If you right click there, and then if you click on the view page source and search for the title, you get it as you get the page title. So then you have to create a string method and object, and you will be having a the Selenium inbuilt Selenium WebDriver as an inbuilt method called as get title. So by using the get title, you will be able to print the title of the page. Everybody clear? Any doubts? Okay, so the next question. Okay, so what is the syntax of finding the element by class using the CSS selector? Okay, so by class. So as you know, by class itself is the locator. Okay, so you have to, I'm asking the syntax of finding the elements by class using the CSS selector. What will be the syntax, guys? Any idea?
Private dot find. Okay. Private dot find by CSS and dot class name.
Correct. Awesome. So driver dot find element. Okay. So this way, this is something like similar to the mock interview. Okay, it's not exactly the not exactly the interview, but yes, it is somewhere like preparation plus the mock interview for you guys. Okay, so that is driver dot find element by dot css selector. Okay, css selector, and along with that you will be passing the attribute value. Correct, right? Okay, so if it has the single attributes, what how will I write the single attributes? So if the attribute is my class, I'll be passing the my class. So this is the syntax for the uh, finding the elements by class using the css selector. Okay, so if I have to write the if I have to find the web element by id, I have to replace it. Any idea, guys? How will I write the syntax for the by ID? Sorry?
By dot id and id value.
Correct. Yeah. So I want it with the CSS selector. So if I am using the CSS selector, so you have to find an XPath by ID. You have to pass the ID attribute. Okay. So you have to pass the attribute value of the ID. Okay. So then only you will be able to find the XPath of the CSS selector using the ID attribute. Okay. So yes, one more question. It goes like, what is the fundamental difference between the XPath and CSS selector? Or what is XPath and CSS selector? What is the difference on that? So you guys know that the XPath, you know, and the CSS selector, you know. So what is the difference on this? So we have written the syntax for the XPath also, and we have written the syntax for the CSS selector as well. So what is the difference? What is the main difference on the XPath and the CSS selector?
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
I know some differences, like Express syntax is more complex than CSS syntax. CSS is faster than Express. Express can work with text, but CSS cannot work with text. Express can go from child to parent, but CSS, it doesn't. These are the differences. Yeah, I
Correct.
know.
Awesome. Excellent. Yes, thank you. Okay, so as she said, okay, so let me just repeat the differences once again. So XPath, it uses the syntax with the uh, in order to navigate through the XML or the HTML nodes. Okay, so the CSS selector basically, as she said, the syntax it uses a simpler and the it is a simpler compared to the XPath syntax. Correct, right? So how will you write the syntax of the CSS selector? I just forgot your name. Hihama, right?
Ilhama.
Okay. So yes, how will you write the syntax for the CSS selector? You can just add in the chat.
Okay.
Yes. So anybody who knows can answer it. If you guys do not know also, you will be learning, you can note it. Okay. written, guys? Syntax for the anybody, guys, anybody can write it if you guys know it. So the syntax for the CSS selector. So yes,
Just an example
correct.
with ID. Yeah.
You have given an example. So that is A is the input and the ID is the type, that is nothing but the locator, and the ASH. Okay, so that is the text, correct, right? So that is the syntax for the XPath. Sorry, syntax for the CSS selector. Okay. So yes, let us move to one more question, which is the most important asked. Okay, so now I have written any. Just assume that you have an username. So guys, this we are covering most of the scenario-based questions. Okay, so just assume that I have a username field. Okay, in my login page, I have written some text. Okay, so I have written some text in the username field. Okay, I've written some text. So now I have to erase all the text in my automation code, in my script. So what is that I have to do? I have written all the inputs. So if I have to erase all the text, so what is that I have to do? What method I have to use? Or how I can erase all the text? Yes, which method? Yes, I think you're just breaking out.
You can use the clear off method.
Yes, perfect. So we have to use the clear off method. So this is the perfect answer. So how will you use the clear off method, Dwarakan? Hello, Dwarakan. How will you use the clear off method?
Object dot clear off, right?
Object dot clear off. It's perfect, but yes, before that you have to find an XPath of that particular text field, input field, correct, right? So if I have the XPath, so it's not the object dot clear off. Okay, so that will be it will just throw an error. So the first thing, if you have to find an the first thing is you have to find an XPath. So that is driver dot find element by. Okay, so if I am finding it by the locator or the XPath, so just assume I found the XPath with the locator. Okay, so yes, I am passing the locator value here, attribute value. So now I have to use the clear off method. So what is this XPath? So I found the XPath for the username field, which I told. Okay, so just assume you have a Facebook login field and you have a username field and you have entered the text. So if I have to clear the text inside the username field, so I have to find an XPath for the username field and then I have to use the clear off method in order to clear the text inside the username field. Okay, so now one more scenario based question. I want anybody of you to quickly share your screen. Okay, so I'm just passing one URL here. Okay, so just assume you have a Flipkart. Okay, I've shared the in the chat. Okay, so guys, can you open that in the chat? Sorry, can you open that link which is given in the chat? That is flipkart.com. Can anybody quickly share your screen and open that? Hello everyone. There are more people. Please be more interactive and quickly share your screen. Anybody of you? Yes. So I see. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So now you have a search field. Correct, right? Can you find an XPath for the search field? So how will you do that? Right click, inspect. And with the spy method, so now I want you to write an XPath, not just, how will you write that? Control F. Can you unmute yourself? The one who is sharing the screen. I can't see your name. Yes, perfect. Okay, so how will you write an XPath for the so people who know or who doesn't know can just quietly observe it. Okay, Shui, I just forgot the name. Uh, okay, no problem. So what she has done here is show Control F and finding an XPath with the locator. So the locator for the search field, how will you write it? So double slash star at the rate of, so it is star with the square braces. Okay, at what is the attribute? What is the locator for the search field? Can you use the spy method? Yes, perfect. Awesome. So what is it highlighting here? By class. Okay. So by class equals, you can copy that PKE. That is the one which is highlighted. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So, yes, thanks a lot. So there you can see one of one. I think everybody can see there one of one is present in the result. Yes, perfect. So just assume that there is a multiple results that has been. So one of one means that you have written your XPath perfectly, and the interviewer can just assume that yes, she knows an automation, like she's capable of writing an XPath. So then it gives a good impression for the interviewer that she can write an XPath perfectly. Okay, so just assume that you have a, okay, thanks for sharing. Okay, so yes, so just assume that you have a multiple results that is being showed. So how will you identify that? How will you identify the particular XPath? So just assume that you have found an XPath. So she got it as, in the search result, she got it as one of one. So so the locator will be identified for the only one. So just assume that you got an out of three. Okay, so you got an okay, one of three. Okay, just assume that you got an one of three. So now how will I write the syntax? Guys, any idea? If I have an one of three.
We can use index.
Yes. So how will I use the index value? So I have to find the matching nodes. Correct, right? So how will I write that? The syntax for the multiple element. So that will be goes like double slash star. Okay, and I have to give the proper attribute value. Okay, so attribute is equals to attribute value. Okay, so now just assume that you got a multiple results. Okay, so now I have to use it as with the small braces. Okay, of. Okay, so this will be your syntax if you have a multiple results. So then you will be highlighted with the 1 of 1 in the search result. Okay, so this is how we write the syntax, I mean write that XPath. Okay, so yes, let us move with the next question. Okay, so now I have an website. Okay, so I have a website. Okay, so where I have to wait for the page to load. Okay, you have to wait for the element to be clickable. Okay, so just assume that you have any page. Okay, the one which you have opened already. Okay, so no need to be complicated anything. Okay, so you have a website there and you have a mobile and tabs category. Okay, in the website, that is in the Flipkart website, you have the in the category list you have a mobile and uh, mobile and tablets. Okay, so now I want that mobile and tablets to wait for a duration of 10 seconds and then it has to click it. So what is that? How will I handle that? I have to wait for a duration of 10 seconds. So what will be the method I have to use? Guys, can you answer this question?
Implicit wait.
Yes. So just assume that you have some specified conditions. Okay, just forget about the implicit wait or an explicit wait. So you got some exceptions. Okay, so you got some exceptions as then no element to be clickable. Okay, so you got an exception. So that is no element clickable. Okay, so what I have to do then? What will be the syntax? How will I handle that exception, or along with will I wait for a duration of 10 seconds? What will be the syntax? Okay, so let me go with the syntax. So that will be the WebDriver, and you have to create one object that is for the waiting for a certain duration. You have to create an object. So WebDriver wait, we have to create an instance class. So that is new WebDriver wait. So this is in the inbuilt in the Selenium WebDriver. So that is new WebDriver wait, and I have to wait for a duration of 10 seconds. So that is driver, comma, and even you get the duration of seconds in the inbuilt in the Selenium. Okay, so that is duration dot of seconds. Okay, and I'm waiting for the duration of 10 seconds. Okay, so this will be the to wait for the web page for the 10 seconds. Okay, so until when? Until the element to be clickable. So yes, I will you so now I got an exceptions, that is the element no element to be clicked. Correct, right? So I got an error. Okay, so how will I handle that? That is with the element to be clickable, that is with the explicit wait. Okay, so that is web element. I have to create another web element instance class. So web element. Okay, web element is equals to wait until. So I told that will be then expected conditions. Okay, expected conditions dot element to be clickable. Okay, so this is one of the method to handle the web handle an exception. Okay, and along with that the wait, or you can wait for the WebDriver to for a duration of the 10 seconds. Okay, so that is element to be clickable method. Okay, so everybody clear? and I also have to pass an X path. Correct, right? So just assume that I have found an X path by ID and along with an XYZ, whatever the attribute value for that particular ID. Okay. So this is how it is. Okay. And now I have to, after that, I have to perform a click action. Okay. So that is nothing but object.clickoff method. Okay. So this will be the syntax for that. Okay. So everybody clear, guys? So this is one of the most frequently asked interview questions. Okay. Everybody clear with this question? With this solution?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. So now let us go with next question. So the next question goes like, how do you handle the alerts and pop-ups? Okay, the scenario will be just like, just assume that you encounter a JavaScript alert. Okay, like when you are running your Selenium test, how do you handle this? Any idea, guys? How do you handle?
JavaScript
Yes, please.
executor.
JavaScript.
Executor, just see we can dot execute script.
Okay, but which interface are you using it?
We need
We
to
need to
create
use a alert interface, right?
Correct. Perfect.
alert class, alert new.
Alert class. So how do I write the syntax of that? That is alert object is equals to driver dot switch to alert. So I hope you guys will be knowing this. Okay, so alert interface. So to handle this JavaScript, it's not a JavaScript executor. Okay, so I just said about the JavaScript alerts. Okay, so then you can use then alert interface. Okay, so which is in the inbuilt Selenium. Okay, so how will you write that? Alert object is equals to driver dot switch to alert. Okay, so this is the method, switch to alert. Okay, so you guys know, like when you get an alert or any notification or the pop-ups in your mobile phone. So what is the two things that you'll do? One is you will accept it or you will dismiss it. Correct, right? Either you open the WhatsApp message or you just close the notification. So if I have to accept the alert, so I'm using the alert.accept method. So in the Selenium WebDriver, I have an accept method. So if I have to dismiss it, so instead of accept, I'm using the dismiss method. Okay, everybody clear, guys? Okay, everybody clear, guys? Please acknowledge. Okay, so now we are going with one more question, one more scenario. Okay, so now I have to switch to the new window. Okay, so I want anybody of you to please share your screen quickly. Anybody can share. Nitya, can you share your screen if you have? Or Hihama itself, I'm so sorry to spell out your name. Or you itself can share your screen, Hihama. Okay, so just share, open your Flipkart website. Okay, so I'm searching for an, just assume that I'm searching for an iPhone mobile. Okay, anybody sharing it quickly? So just to get hands on from your end, can you share your screen, Hihama? Nitya or Navrit, anybody can share?
I joined through mobile,
Okay.
so that's why I didn't share.
Okay, no problem. Can Yama share your screen? Is it possible for you to share your screen?
Okay, I'm trying.
Okay, you can try it, or I was about to share. No problem. Okay, let me share it. Okay, so now I haven't, just assume I have opened the Flipkart website and I'm searching for any product. Okay, not any product, I'm searching for iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, I'm searching for this. So when I get an iPhone 15 Pro Max, okay, and I'm clicking on this particular item, okay, so now I'm switched to this window. Okay, so now from this window I have to print all the text that is highlighted here, that is present with the highlight. How will I do that?
Can you share your screen again, because it's not sharing now.
Okay, let me reshare it. Okay, what about now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can able to see.
Okay, I've just opened the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Okay, 15 Pro Max or 15 Pro, anything. Okay, so I got the results here. Okay, and I got all the search results here. I can see multiple search results. So now, if I click on the particular iPhone 15 Pro Max, I'm navigated to the new window. Correct, right? Okay, so from this window, I have to print the entire text, all the multiple elements present over here. How will I do that?
We need to find the window ID for this particular page. Then we can get text of all the values.
So yes, here you have a multiple elements. Along with that, you have to handle the multiple window as well. How will you do that?
With window handle.
Window handle method. Get window handle method. So can anybody try the syntax for the same? Anybody can try it? How will I write the syntax for the get window handle method?
So we need to write it in the list.
Sorry?
We can store the Windows IDs in the list.
Correct.
So we can write it as list and the object name equal to driver dot get window handle. Right? I forgot the syntax actually.
Okay, so no problem. So guys, always please remember the syntax. Okay, so that is nothing but an string. Let me share it. Okay, get window handle method. So that is string window handle. So string and object, any object. Okay, so any object is equals to, I mean the object name equals driver dot get window handle. So what this method will do basically?
We'll get the window ID and then it will store it in that object.
Perfect. It gets the unique ID. Correct, right? It gets an unique ID of the particular window and it stores in an object. So whenever you are using an get window handle method, so what is the, how will you switch to that particular next, I mean, window? How will you do that? So that is driver dot switch to. Correct,
Switch
right?
to, yeah, driver dot switch to
Driver dot switch to.
of that particular object.
Okay, perfect. Driver dot switch to window along with the object. Perfect. Excellent, guys. Okay, so this is how you handle the multiple window. Okay, sorry, this is how you handle the window. So if there is a multiple window, so what you have to do, get window handles method. Correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yes, let us go with the next scenario based questions. Okay, so the next thing is, what is the difference between the next question is, what is the difference between the close and quit? Close method and the quit method. So you can expect this question in your interview. What is the difference between the close and quit? Yes. You're breaking a bit. Correct. Correct. So close is nothing but it just closes the current window, that is whatever particular web page which has been opened. So only the current window will be closed. And quit is nothing but all the windows which we have opened. So the entire windows that is present. So it will just close the entire windows that is been opened. Okay. So yes, now, okay. So now, one more question with respect to the TestNG framework. Okay. So this will be somewhere the last but the second question. Okay. So yes, with respect to the, just assume that you have attended an interview and said that you have worked on the TestNG framework. Okay. So what will be the annotations used in the TestNG? What will be the order of what is the TestNG annotations, guys? Any idea? You can expect this question for sure. What are, yes. Sorry? You're just, yes.
We have test ng annotations like before suite, after suite, before class, after class, before method, after method, before
Correct.
test, after test.
Perfect.
And also we can set the priority of the test cases.
Correct.
And we can create groups.
Correct. We can create the groups and also prioritize the test cases. Perfect. So yes, the annotation order. So what will be the order only? So I am just giving you the explanation as well along with an order. So that is the add test. Okay, so these are the annotations used in the TestNG. Add test, add before suit, add after suit. Okay, add before class, add after class method. So you can just remember these keywords. So that is test, suit, class, method. And you have a data provider as well. That is with respect to the data-driven testing. Okay. So these are the some of the most commonly asked interview questions. And yes, tomorrow let us cover a few more scenario based interview questions with the frameworks. Okay, so that will be basically a little bit complicated, and also for the ones who already have an experience, who can expect these questions. Okay. So yes, how was the session? Everybody clear or able to follow? Was it helpful for your preparations for the interview? A bit at least?
Yeah, it is useful for me. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Yes. So yes, tomorrow on the same time you can just rejoin in, and we can just cover the remaining concept. And if you guys are looking for an complete course, okay, and let me share the course content. So which just starts from Monday onwards. Okay, so in the okay, before that, let me just share you the course content as well. I'm just sharing the course content in the WhatsApp chat. Okay, which just starts from the Monday. Okay, so where we will be covering all the core concepts of the core Java, and along with a few concepts advanced Java, followed by we will be covering the concepts with respect to the GitHub. Okay, and how to push the code and how to use the Git commands. And along with that, we will be using the TestNG framework and the Cucumber framework, and we will be doing one of the live automation as well. Okay, so I'm just sharing you the course content. Okay, so if anybody are interested, you can just ping in with the same institute, whatever the contact it is given there, and you can just go and walk through. And tomorrow we shall cover few more of the interview questions with the scenario based, and along with that we shall go with a few of the sample resumes, how we can build it and how we can highlight the keywords in the interview, sorry, in your resume. Okay, yes, cool everyone, thank you all, thanks for attending the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.